Mm. He is syncing up the video.
And we're good. We're back.
The second part, the second portion, the second topic that we're going to be talking about is actually we could talk about layoffs.
Layoffs?
Yeah, because layoffs, yeah, it's spicy, so spicy.
Not for the people who are getting laid off.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Are
I
you
do
safe?
feel bad. I do feel bad that all these people are getting laid off, and I do. It's crazy. Wait, go.
That's it.
Okay,
That
it
was
wasn't. Yeah, I do feel bad. Honestly, like no one deserves to be laid off. No one deserves this. I think it's just that, a lot of it is that these companies thought they would grow. They didn't grow as much
What do you mean?
because of the amount of hiring they did during the dark times.
Oh, the pandemic?
I didn't want to say it, but it's just like how we don't say the February date. That's very big. The big game. Just how we don't say that. It's like Voldemort. We don't say the name. Yes, but during the pandemic,
Yes.
yeah, there was a lot of hiring. A lot of people did overhiring. A lot of companies got bloated. Unfortunately, it did not last. The party has to end. You don't want to be the last one dancing. And
Last one dancing?
yeah, so it's more of a financial reference that
Oh, okay. All right.
it's like if the party is good, if you keep on dancing, it's like you don't want to be the last one dancing because that's like the financial crisis. It's like you don't want to be the last one holding the bag when the bag is not good.
So it's not Versace?
No, it's not. It's
Not
not
a
a Versace bag.
Birkin bag?
No, it's literally like a tote bag. It's a tote bag. Hey, let's be honest here.
It's a Walmart plastic bag.
Yes, Walmart laid off people from their
Oh.
e-commerce team. Amazon laid off people. This was within the last week. Here you go. Let me one more time. There you go. And then everyone knows Meta also laid off people. Unfortunate.
So many people.
Yes, and the thing is too, like a lot of these positions. I want you to talk about this one.
About what?
About the Amazon positions.
Oh, that was so wild. But like, okay. So a lot of these things they were considering that, oh, maybe like why were these positions overhired? Why are there so many layoffs? Like why it's like, oh yeah, we hired too many people. Like, how do you hire too many people? So in this like internal document, it comes out that Amazon had a team of like, I forget what the team exactly was, but they were allowed to hire like 7,000 people. They go and then hire 20,000 people.
I think it said there was you showed me, and there was 7,000 approved. 7,000 approved. The job openings were 22,000.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very telling that they were too many people. That's a lot of people.
Like, what are they doing? So,
Yeah.
I mean, it goes into like the whole people getting paid to not work. Like, I remember prior to the layoffs and stuff, you'd see all over the internet, like, oh, a day in the life of a Google engineer, or day in the life of like a Meta person. And like, it was just them eating food and hanging out. And I'm like, dang, I want to do that.
It's so crazy. I did a day in my life video.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but then what
What
I
did you
found
do?
out? I worked it, and then I just showed myself watching
Dumb.
video. I just showed myself listening to my friend at the time. Not my friend at the time. Still my friend.
Still your friend?
Still my friend. But I was listening to him because he was streaming on Twitch. He had lost his job, unfortunately.
Oh my
He had lost
goodness. You're
his job,
rubbing in his
unfortunately.
face?
No.
Sucks to suck.
So I bit all it was so boring because it's like I was watching him, and that was like my day in my life. And I was like, this is what I'm doing. And I was like, this on a typical work day. How's everyone else doing all of this cool stuff? And I'm over here
What do you
actually
mean?
doing work.
You literally said that you're like, oh, during my job, I was watching Twitch.
No, I wasn't watching. I was listening in. Because I was working. It was a crazy time. I have to tell
You
you
had like
that.
one eye.
I should have.
looking up.
You know what? It's like when people tell you it's like you should like they only film like the good parts. I filmed the average day. I filmed an average day of that. I just put someone on Twitch, I listen in, and then I just do my work. It's just like me listening to an audiobook.
But like, how much work do you do in a day?
I do a ton of work. I was
like hours. How many hours?
like, well, at that time, because I've tapered back, I do like my
You
normal.
tapered
I
back?
did my normal 8 hours, but I was doing like. I think I was doing
Oh,
like 10 to 12 hours. Yeah, it was a rough time.
aren't you salary though?
I am salary.
Yikes.
Yeah. So I was working too much. I'm being honest. I was working too much and working too long. But I will say that like I was going through and doing average day in your life, and it's literally it's kind of boring. I think because it's like majority of your day is taken by work, and like for me,
You would think.
I yes, that's exactly why those people doing that is like I feel like that's not a day in my life. I feel like that's a day in when I don't have too much work to do or no work at all.
I feel like they had like day in the life of like an influencer or something. Like, oh, you know, I go do this, then I do that, then do this other thing. I'm like, wait, when do you do the work? Like you checked your email. Is that considered the work? Is that the work part?
If they had breakfast, that's when you know it's not real. I will tell you that. If
have
they had breakfast, if
Oh,
they
my
sat
Lord.
down and they had waffles or any type of fruit, not real. I will come out and say my hot take.
If they have breakfast,
If they have
what do you have
breakfast.
against breakfast? Huh?
How dare you?
What are you, part of big brunch? Big brunch.
Yes, I prefer brunch over breakfast. I will say my hot take on that.
Man.
Um,
You outed yourself. Brunch is a rich people thing.
No, it's not.
Regular people have breakfast. Rich people have brunch.
What? It's because they don't eat. Everyone works. Okay, but yes.
Oh yeah,
so-
back to the thing.
Yeah, back to the layoffs. Yeah, so Walmart laid off people. Amazon laid off people. You know, Twitch laid off people too. Thinking about it, they laid off.
Well, that's Amazon.
Yeah, it's Amazon. It was part of their Amazon. They laid off 400 of their 1,200 employees.
That is a big.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Big thing.
That's what I read, at least. I don't know how much it is. And then Elon Musk is the only person working at Twitter.
It seems that way. He would have you believe that.
He would have you believe that.
But the crazy thing is that like, oh, we're over here being really shocked. Like, oh man, how could they fire like a third of all the people or a
Yeah.
fourth? And it's like, wait, there's Twitch is still going on. Like,
Yeah, it's
what
still
is
working.
going on? Like, what were they doing? You know,
My
'Cause, like, it's
hashtag
weird.
tweets still work.
Yeah, your tweets still work. Like I don't tweet, but I mean,
Mm-hmm.
people seem to be tweeting still. You know, if anything, I think they're making more money because of all the verified stuff. And it seems like the controversy is somewhat simmered away. People have like the people who left seemingly are starting to come back too.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I don't want to get too much into the thing is that the jobs reports keep on saying that there is a lot of hiring going on, but in what sectors? I think that there is a lot of jobs out there, but I don't think it's as in much higher paying parts.
So you're saying, so a lot of the city jobs are open, but when you look at the jobs, they're like,
Not to say that they're not good jobs, they're just not paying as much as what people would want.
I would the way I look at it is that if you got laid off from a tech job, these jobs would be paying way too little. So either the tech jobs are paying way over like what the market value of that work is, or these other companies are not paying enough, which is probably somewhere in the middle. But like that's all that's left.
Yeah, and it just becomes increasingly more competitive for these jobs. Like, you know, I look at LinkedIn. I look at some of these jobs. I'm just saying that I look at
I got something from that too.
Okay, and I saw on one of these tech jobs there was about 700 applicants. I mean, not all the applicants are going to be good, first off, but these companies could choose. They could pick and choose the best one. And it just, because of the outflow of people, I think not in tech tech encompasses a bunch of different things, from finance to HR to
That's true.
to a bunch of other sectors.
Yeah, just regular business functions.
Yeah, so like there's an outflow of people in large areas that it just becomes more competitive, and these companies could require less they get paid less. That's why they have a range.
The other one is that well, before I forget about it, LinkedIn. Or no, wait, you said LinkedIn. Yeah, LinkedIn. So there was an article saying that LinkedIn wasn't sending the resumes to these job postings.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So like it would say like 700, but like apparently like according to this person, this is really far away. Because like I read an article where like she sent in her resume to LinkedIn to like be submitted. However, she applied directly with the company and then she got an interview.
What?
Yeah. Apparently LinkedIn wasn't sending the. They're like, we never got your resume, and like this is the first time we got it. So
oh my God.
they were apparently going to nowhere.
I'm shocked. This is
I was like,
exclusive State of Disarray podcast, episode 2 video. I did not know this.
Really?
I did not know this.
yeah, it was a pretty interesting article. I was like, oh,
That is crazy.
But like, it would make sense. Like, how, like, has anybody ever contacted you back after applying through LinkedIn?
I don't know. I don't apply through LinkedIn.
Good.
Yes. But yeah, no. Always, I feel like you always have a better chance if you apply through the company itself. That's just my take. I don't know how everyone else applies because I think that I honestly feel like LinkedIn makes it too easy where I feel like it's not very like they
might have a spam box that all the LinkedIn stuff goes to and it's like never looked at.
They have an easy apply where you could apply for a job in like a minute. You just click on easy apply, it sends your profile out, and I'm like I wouldn't want that. It's like each resume is tailored. Each resume
should
depending on the job. You could you do spray and pray. You could just send it out depending on your situation. But yeah, I don't really trust just doing like an easy blank apply through their system.
I think it shows the lack of interest in that specific role, because if you're like applying to like everything, like why would you want to work specifically there? Like you don't exactly want to work there, you just want to work somewhere. So yeah. I think that like the more driven applicants, even if there are more qualified people on LinkedIn, I feel like the more driven applicants, like the one who applied directly to the company, would be the better candidate because they want to be there or know of the company enough to apply directly on their website versus like there.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I agree with that statement. It's I didn't know about that. That's actually really shocking to me. But it
makes sense when you think about it, though.
Yeah, that's true. It does make sense. Go on Indeed.
Go on Indeed.
No, what's the other one? Monster.
I think it might have been Indeed. I don't know. Like it was one of the websites. It might have honestly been Indeed. I'd fact check it, but my phone is recording us.
Yes. On the State of Disarray podcast, we may not have all the information accurate, and we highly suggest you fact check this. You know, we read articles, we do our own reading. Yeah,
we aggregate we concentrate all of the juicy news.
Yes. Juicy news. And yeah, just saying, maybe I think that it's good. I didn't know this. Even if it's one of the platforms that are doing this, it's good. Yeah. It's like honestly good to know, because now I'm like, oh, I'd rather just apply on the company, which I've always done. It's like I always just go through the company's website, and it's also because I'm trying to learn more about the company if I'm applying and doing things.
Yes.
But yeah. I think that's. Do you have any final thoughts on that or no?
On
just layoffs in general.
Layoffs in general.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Do you believe that people were hired as charity cases during the pandemic? That is another like hot take that people were like.
That's a spicy hot take.
People were thinking that like because like. Based on like the over hiring of people during the pandemic, people were speculating that these were like charity case like hires. And if you look at they're over hiring, the team only needs 7,000, they hired 20,000, or they're looking for 20,000.
I don't think that. And you know what? I do want to say that I don't believe that because businesses
What?
are greedy.
I
Businesses are
mean,
greedy. They want to take the money. They want to take the profits. They want to increase profits. That's just my two takes on it. I don't
okay.
think that they would want to overly hire.
You would
Um,
think that.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe
They
that's
had
just
the
me.
most
Maybe
most
that's
profitable years during those times. So like they had excess money. Like the projections were like sky high. They're like we're going to be making like hand over foot like
I
dollar bills.
I can believe. Actually, thinking about it, I can believe. Like I want to say that they would want to keep the staff to a low amount because it's really expensive to have an employee.
That's
Like
very true.
in general, it's very expensive to have an employee.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but what I had heard. It's like, well, you have to pay for medical, you have to pay for all these things, but in general, it's very expensive to have an employee. So I wouldn't think that businesses would want to do that, like especially like actual, like a full time employee instead of a contractor. So that's why
Fair.
that's my only thing about that. If anything, they would have hired so many contractors. But I don't know. I
But they
personally
have
don't agree with
more.
the charity case thing. But I think if they predict it, because I could also see that a business could get greedy.
Mhm.
They could see that if they think that more people are is going to equal more profits,
Mhm.
and if they're trying to develop new things, I could see them doing that. But
Mhm.
other than that, I don't know. I feel like a business wouldn't take as big of a risk.
But
They don't have a risk manager. I
that's
will say
true.
they don't have
See,
a risk manager.
or they don't listen to them.
Silicon Valley
They have
Bank.
five
Let's
risk managers.
listen to the first topic.
So then how about this? The other take was that they were hiring people to block them from going to other companies. Did you hear that take yet?
No. What do you mean block them from going to other companies?
So they were hiring all the people to stunt the growth of other companies. So since they had the extra money, they were able to hire more people and they kept the top talent for themselves. Even if they were doing nothing, them taking away talent from the other people was a net positive for them because it limited the competition. That's another take.
I could see that.
You could see that?
I could see that. You know what? I saw.
You saw it?
No. No. I
Out in the streets.
I watched the Silicon Valley show, which is a parody by Mike Judge, the guy who does King of the Hill, I think. I saw the show, and the guy had a job that went nowhere. I could see that happening. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. Or if even they want to start or think about doing their own business, even if they're not that big in that sector, I could see that. But it's just waiting to get laid off at that point. But you get paid oodles of money.
That's true.
It's all about the money.
You need to hire your own personal risk manager.
Yes, hire me as your risk manager, and I will tell you. I will tell you what you want to hear. I will be the yes. I will be the yes man.
Oh no, that's not good. That's not good. All right, I think it's a good time to transition to our next topic.
Yes. We do have another topic, and this
Okay,
is
1 second.
okay. So I will. He's getting the video and everything.